Welcome everyone to Thornwood Lodge. This place has been in our family for generations, a sanctuary amidst the harsh winter. I trust your journeys weren't too troublesome despite the weather. The snow can be quite relentless this time of year, but it adds to the charm, don't you think?
Alistair, why have you brought us here? What's this all about? We all received your invitation, but it was rather vague.
Vivian, always direct. Your curiosity is one of your most endearing traits. All in good time, sister. Tonight we dine and celebrate. Tomorrow we hunt. But for now, let us enjoy the warmth and comfort of Thornwood Lodge. Tonight we dine and celebrate. Tomorrow we hunt. The hunt is a tradition, a way to honour our ancestors and the legacy they left behind.
Alistair, your invitation was rather cryptic. Is there something specific you wish to discuss? We all have our suspicions, but clarity would be appreciated. Is there something specific you wish to discuss? The McGregor legacy has always been shrouded in mystery, and we are eager to hear what you have to say.
Indeed, Thomas, but first a toast to family, to legacy, and to the truth that binds us all. To uncovering the truth of the McGregor legacy, a truth that has been hidden for far too long.
Hear, hear, though I do hope this truth is worth braving the storm for. The weather outside is quite unforgiving.
Rest assured, Edmund, it will be. The truth I am about to reveal will change everything. And on that note, I must inform you all, I've made changes to my will. Changes that will affect the future of Thornwood Lodge significantly. Changes that will affect the future of Thornwood Lodge significantly. This lodge, our family's heritage, will see a new dawn.
What? Alistair, you can't be serious. This lodge is supposed to be mine. Our parents promised it to me.
Oh dear, Vivian, seems like your inheritance is slipping through your fingers. Perhaps you should have been more attentive to Alistair's wishes.
Enough! We will discuss this further in the study at midnight. There, I will reveal the family secret that has been kept hidden for generations. There, I will reveal the family secret. A secret that will explain everything and set the course for our future. Now, let us enjoy our dinner. The night is still young, and there is much to discuss.
As the evening progressed, the atmosphere grew tense. Conversations became hushed, and glances were exchanged with increasing suspicion. The snowstorm outside intensified, trapping everyone in the lodge. The howling wind and the heavy snowfall created an eerie backdrop to the unfolding drama. At midnight, Alistair led his guests to the study, promising to unveil the long-kept secret. The anticipation was palpable, and everyone was on edge. But just as he was about to speak, the lights went out and a gunshot rang out. The room was plunged into chaos, and panic set in. When the lights returned, Alistair lay dead, shot in the chest. The revelation he had promised would never come, and the mystery of the McGregor legacy deepened. The guests stood frozen, their eyes wide with horror. The room was filled with a heavy silence, broken only by the howling wind outside. A shattered glass lay on the floor, remnants of the toast they had just shared. The festive mood had turned into a nightmare. The clock struck midnight, its chimes echoing ominously through the lodge. The secret Alistair had promised to reveal would remain hidden, at least for now. Whispers filled the room as the guests exchanged suspicious glances. Who among them could have done this, and why? One guest clutched a letter tightly, their knuckles white with tension. The letter perhaps held clues to the mystery that now enveloped Thornwood Lodge. Outside, the snowstorm raged on, sealing their fate within the walls of the lodge. The truth, it seemed, would have to wait until the storm passed. The flames in the fireplace flickered, casting eerie shadows on the walls. The warmth of the fire was a stark contrast to the cold reality they now faced. A family portrait hung on the wall, the stern faces of McGregor ancestors looking down upon them. The legacy of Thornwood Lodge was now more mysterious than ever. The guests huddled together, discussing in hushed tones. The night was far from over, and the secrets of Thornwood Lodge were just beginning to unravel. One guest, their face set with determination, vowed to uncover the truth. The legacy of Thornwood Lodge would not remain hidden forever. The storm outside continued to howl, but inside, a different kind of storm was brewing. The truth of the McGregor legacy was out there, waiting to be discovered. Panic set in as the guests realized they were trapped in the lodge with a killer among them. The air was thick with fear and suspicion.
He's dead, killed instantly by a single gunshot, but where did the gun come from and who fired it? We need to find answers quickly.
We need to stay calm. If we work together, we can solve this. I suggest we start by questioning everyone. Let's gather in the main hall.
Fine. I'll go first. Yes, I stood to lose everything with Alistair's will change. I resented him for controlling the family fortune. But I didn't shoot him. I was near the window when the lights went out. I heard the shot, but I saw nothing.
I was seen arguing with Alistair earlier, yes, but it was just a friendly debate, nothing more. We were discussing business, not plotting murder.
Friendly? I doubt that. You have a reputation for taking risks, Edmund. And let's not forget your history with Vivian. You were furious when she chose Alistair over you.
I've known Alistair for years. His death saddens me deeply, but I must confess he was blackmailing me. He had information that could ruin my career. Still, I didn't shoot him. I was in the library when the shot was fired.
And what about you, Philip? You seem nervous. You were always close to Alistair, but that doesn't mean you're innocent.
I've been Alistair's confidant for years, keeping his secrets, but I swear I didn't kill him. I was in the kitchen preparing a drink when I heard the shot.
As Eliza interviewed each guest, she began piecing together a puzzle, one in which everyone had a motive, but no one seemed to have had the opportunity to fire the fatal shot in the darkness. The tension in the lodge was palpable, and the storm outside only added to the sense of isolation and dread. Determined to find the truth, Eliza meticulously searched the lodge for any clues that could unravel the mystery.
A spent shell casing near the fireplace caught her eye.
And an old dusty gun hidden in a drawer.
But according to Dr. Radcliffe, this gun doesn't match the caliber of the bullet that killed Alistair.
That's correct, Dr. Radcliffe confirmed, examining the bullet closely. The bullet was from a different caliber, he added, handing the evidence back to Eliza.
Interesting, Eliza murmured, her curiosity piqued. She then noticed a torn scrap of fabric near a hidden door.
Someone must have used this passage to move around the lodge secretly, she speculated.
Eliza's investigation led her to a concealed door connecting Alistair's bedroom directly to the study, accessible only to someone intimately familiar with the lodge's layout.
Alistair's journal revealed cryptic notes about a hidden fortune.
Only the rightful heir will claim it, Eliza read aloud, her voice tinged with intrigue.
Another twist to the motives behind his murder, she mused, deep in thought.
With each discovery, Eliza uncovered more layers to the mystery, but the identity of the killer remained elusive. In the Grand Hall, Eliza gathers everyone to reveal her findings. The air is thick with tension, and the opulent surroundings only heighten the drama of the moment. The Grand Hall, with its high ceilings and ornate decorations, seems to hold its breath as Eliza prepares to speak. The flickering candlelight casts long shadows, adding to the suspense.
Everyone, please gather around. We have much to discuss, and the truth must come to light. This is not just about Alistair's death. It's about the future of Thornwood Lodge.
She explains that the killer used the hidden passage to reach the study undetected, knowing that the darkness would cover their actions. The hidden passage, a relic from the lodge's storied past, had been forgotten by most, but not by the killer. Eliza's voice is steady as she lays out the sequence of events, her eyes scanning the faces of those gathered. The room is silent, everyone hanging on her every word.
The killer used the hidden passage to reach the study undetected. They knew the layout of the lodge intimately, exploiting its secrets to their advantage. This passage was a well-kept secret, known only to a few.
She points out that only a few people knew about Alistair's plans to change his will, which would disinherit certain family members and lead to financial ruin. The implications of this revelation ripple through the room, causing murmurs and exchanged glances. Eliza's gaze is unwavering as she continues. The tension is palpable, each word she speaks adding weight to the atmosphere.
Only a few of us knew about Alistair's plans to change his will. This knowledge was a closely guarded secret, one that could alter the future of the entire family. We must face the truth, no matter how painful it is.
Eliza confronts Philip Gordon, the butler, who finally admits that he knew about the will and the secret passage. His face is a mask of resignation as he steps forward, the weight of his secrets finally too much to bear. The room holds its breath, waiting for his confession.
Philip, you knew about the will and the secret passage, didn't you? Your silence speaks volumes. It's time to come clean.
Yes, I did. I had been loyal to Alistair, but when I learned about his plans to expose a family scandal, I panicked. The thought of the scandal coming to light was too much to bear. I couldn't let it happen.
He claims he saw Vivian Hastings enter the study right before the gunshot, implying that she is the killer. His accusation hangs in the air, a desperate attempt to deflect blame. The room erupts in whispers, the tension escalating.
I saw Vivian enter the study right before the gunshot. She was the last person to see Alistair alive. She had the motive and the opportunity.
However, Eliza reveals that Philip himself was the only one with access to the weapon, which he had planted in the study before the lights went out. Her revelation is met with gasps, the pieces of the puzzle falling into place. The room is stunned into silence, the truth dawning on everyone.
Philip, you were the only one with access to the weapon. Your plan was meticulous, but you overlooked one crucial detail. You underestimated us.
She deduces that Philip planned to frame Vivian, hoping to gain control of the lodge himself after Alistair's death. His motives were clear, driven by a desire for power and control. The room is filled with a mix of shock and realization.
You planned to frame Vivian, hoping to gain control of the lodge after Alistair's death. Your scheme was elaborate, but ultimately flawed. You couldn't hide the truth forever.
He had been holding a grudge against Alistair for years, resenting his status as just the butler. The resentment had festered, turning into a dark obsession. The room is filled with a heavy silence, the weight of his confession sinking in.
You've been holding a grudge against Alistair for years, resenting your status as just the butler. Your envy and bitterness have consumed you. It led you down a dark path.
Philip, cornered by the evidence, confesses in a fit of rage, admitting that he couldn't bear watching Alistair destroy the family legacy. His confession is a mix of anger and relief, the truth finally out in the open. The room is filled with a mix of shock and understanding.
Yes, I confess. I couldn't bear watching Alistair destroy the family legacy. His voice is filled with a mix of defiance and despair. I did what I thought was necessary.
He wanted to preserve Thornwood Lodge as it was and saw Alistair's death as the only way to achieve that. The storm outside mirrors the turmoil within the lodge, the howling wind a backdrop to the unfolding drama. The room is filled with a sense of finality, the truth finally revealed.
Alistair's death was the only way to preserve the lodge. I believed it was the only way to save our heritage, our history. But now I see the cost of my actions. I see the pain I've caused.
The group reacts with a mix of shock and relief, the truth finally revealed. The weight of the revelation settles over them, the reality of the situation sinking in. The room is filled with a sense of closure, the truth finally out in the open.
We must now decide what to do next. Justice must be served, but we must also find a way to heal and move forward. We owe it to Alistair and to ourselves.
The group begins to discuss their next steps, the path forward uncertain but necessary. The lodge, once a symbol of their unity, now stands as a reminder of the secrets and lies that nearly tore them apart. The room is filled with a sense of determination, the group ready to face the future together.
We must honour Alistair's memory by ensuring that Thornwood Lodge remains a place of family and tradition, not of deceit and betrayal. We must rebuild and restore what has been lost.
As the storm rages outside, the family resolves to rebuild and restore the lodge, determined to create a new legacy free from the shadows of the past. The snow continues to fall, blanketing the lodge in a fresh start, a new beginning. The room is filled with a sense of hope, the future looking brighter.
Together we will rebuild. Together we will honour Alistair's vision and create a future we can all be proud of. We will face whatever comes next, united.
The lodge stands as a testament to their resilience, a symbol of their commitment to each other and to the legacy of Thornwood Lodge. The storm may have passed, but the strength of their bond remains, unbroken and unwavering. The room is filled with a sense of unity, the family ready to face the future together.
We will face whatever comes next, together, for Alistair, for Thornwood Lodge, and for each other. We will write the next chapter of our story, together.
And so the story of Thornwood Lodge continues, a tale of family, legacy, and the enduring power of truth. The lodge, nestled in the heart of the Scottish Highlands, stands as a beacon of hope and renewal, its walls holding the promise of a brighter future. The room is filled with a sense of anticipation, the future looking bright.
We will write the next chapter of our story, together. And it will be a story of strength, unity, and the unbreakable bonds of family. We will honour our past and build a brighter future.
The lodge, with its rich history and timeless beauty, will continue to stand as a testament to the enduring spirit of the family that calls it home. And as the snow falls gently outside, the future of Thornwood Lodge shines bright, filled with hope and promise. The room is filled with a sense of peace, the family ready to face the future together. Just as Philip is about to be taken into custody, Vivian Hastings steps forward with a confession of her own. The room falls silent, the tension palpable as everyone turns to face her. The flickering firelight casts eerie shadows on the walls, adding to the dramatic atmosphere. The air is thick with anticipation, each breath held in suspense.
Wait! I have a confession to make! Her voice trembles, but there's a steely resolve in her eyes. She knows that what she is about to reveal will change everything. Her hands clench into fists at her sides, knuckles white with tension.
She reveals that Alistair had recently uncovered the family's true heir, a child born out of wedlock who would inherit the estate. This revelation had the potential to upend the entire family structure, stripping Vivian of her claim to Thornwood Lodge and the wealth that came with it. The room erupts in gasps, the weight of her words sinking in like a stone.
Alistair recently uncovered the family's true heir, a child born out of wedlock who would inherit the estate. The room erupts in gasps and murmurs as the weight of her words sinks in. This child, hidden away for years, was now the rightful heir, and Vivian's world was about to crumble. Her voice cracks as she continues, the enormity of her confession weighing heavily on her.
Vivian feared losing her claim to Thornwood Lodge, and had been trying to convince Philip to help her prevent Alistair from revealing the truth. She had always been the one in control, the one who managed the estate with an iron fist. But now, her position was threatened, and she was desperate. Her eyes dart around the room, seeking any sign of support, but finding none.
I feared losing my claim to Thornwood Lodge. I tried to convince Philip to help me prevent Alistair from revealing the truth. Her voice cracks as she speaks, the weight of her actions finally catching up to her. She had manipulated, schemed and plotted, all in the name of preserving her legacy. Tears well up in her eyes, but she blinks them away, determined to maintain her composure.
In the end, Philip's loyalty to the family and his resentment of Alistair's plans led him to murder. Philip had always been the dutiful son, the one who followed orders without question. But Alistair's discovery had pushed him to the brink, forcing him to take drastic measures. His face is a mask of conflicting emotions, torn between guilt and justification.
In the end, Philip's loyalty to the family and his resentment of Alistair's plans led him to murder. He couldn't bear the thought of losing everything he had worked for, everything his family had built. And so, in a moment of blind rage, he had taken Alistair's life. His voice is low, almost a whisper, as if speaking the words aloud makes them more real.
As the police arrive to arrest Philip, the guests reflect on how their hidden motives and secrets brought them to the tragic events of that night. Each of them had played a part, whether through action or inaction, in the unfolding drama. They had all harbored secrets, and now, those secrets were laid bare. The room is filled with a heavy silence, each person lost in their own thoughts.
Philip Gordon, you are under arrest for the murder of Alistair McGregor. The words hang in the air, a final, irrevocable declaration of guilt. Philip's face is a mask of resignation as he is led away, the weight of his actions finally settling on his shoulders. He doesn't resist, knowing that his fate is sealed.
The storm clears, and Eliza Grey leaves Thornwood Lodge, determined to use the events of the weekend as the basis for her next novel. She had come to the lodge seeking inspiration, and she had found it in the most unexpected of ways. The tangled web of lies, deceit, and murder would make for a gripping story. Her mind races with ideas, each twist and turn of the weekend providing fodder for her narrative.
Even in the isolated stillness of the Highlands, human greed and deception can turn a family legacy into a deadly trap. The beauty of the landscape belied the darkness that lurked within the hearts of those who lived there. It was a stark reminder that no place, no matter how remote, was immune to the darker aspects of human nature. The snow-covered peaks stand in stark contrast to the turmoil that had unfolded within the lodge.
As she departs, she realizes that, even in the isolated stillness of the Highlands, human greed and deception can turn a family legacy into a deadly trap. The events of the weekend had shown her that the past could never truly be buried, and that the truth, no matter how deeply hidden, would always find a way to come to light. She knew that the story she would write would not only be a tale of mystery and intrigue, but also a cautionary tale about the dangers of secrets and the lengths people would go to protect them. As she walked away from Thornwood Lodge, she couldn't help but feel a sense of closure, knowing that the truth had finally been revealed and justice had been served. The lodge, now a silhouette against the clearing sky, stands as a testament to the dark secrets it once harbored.